While most American farmers mortgage their futures for $200,000 tractors, Amish communities consistently reject this progress, and their bank accounts prove them right. These aren't sentimental choices. Amish farmers face identical market pressures, yet their calculated decision to use horses generates profits that shock agricultural economists. The hidden mathematics behind their choice reveals something profound about modern assumptions. When repair costs jump 41% in 3 years and breakdowns cost $3,348 each, while horse teams operate for $8,500 annually and work for decades, the numbers tell an unexpected story. But there's one calculation these communities make that changes everything. A financial reality so counterintuitive, it challenges our entire understanding of efficiency and progress. Stay with us until the end to discover why their backward approach may be the smartest economic strategy in American agriculture. Walk onto most American farms today, and the first thing you'll notice isn't crops growing, it's debt growing. That tractor sitting in the barn, it didn't just cost money. It changed everything about how farming works. A modern tractor runs anywhere from $50,000 to $200,000 before you even turn the key. But that sticker price is just the beginning of your troubles. Every single year, that machine demands another $11,000. Fuel, oil changes, repairs, and watching its value drop like a stone. And repair costs, they've jumped 41% in just 3 years. When something breaks from it, and it will break, you're looking at $3,348 per fix, plus all those days sitting in the barn instead of working your fields. For young farmers starting out, this means spending decades paying off equipment loans, month after month, year after year, writing checks to the bank instead of keeping that money in their own pockets. The Amish face the same tight markets as everyone else, but they've made a completely different choice. No long-term debt if they can help it. Cash deals when possible. And above all, staying free from owing money to anyone. Stand in an Amish field, and you'll see the difference immediately. While their neighbors bet their futures on machines that lose value every hour they run, Amish families put their trust in teams of horses. Animals that can work for decades, make baby horses, and never care what gas costs at the pump. If tractors demand debt, horses deliver independence. But how can living animals match the power of modern machinery? The real numbers might change how you think about farming. Let's talk real numbers. A working horse team costs about $8,000 to $8,500 every year. That covers everything. Feed, vet visits, new shoes, the works. Feed runs roughly $2,200 per horse each year. Keeping them shod and trimmed adds another $585. Vet bills average $430 annually. Add it all up and you've got a complete picture of what horses actually cost. Here's where things get interesting. Unlike tractors, horses don't turn into junk. A well-trained team often becomes more valuable as the years pass. They learn their jobs better, work smoother with their handlers, sometimes even cost more than when you first bought them. And no tractor on earth can do what a healthy mare can do: make you another worker. In Amish country, this isn't just livestock. It's a workforce that replaces itself. Then there's how long they last. A good horse keeps working 18 to 20 years. Those big draft breeds like Percherons, some keep going strong past 30. Compare that to tractors. After 10 years, they're breaking down more than they're working, costing you more in repairs than they're worth in reliability. Day to day, horses just make sense. An Amish team works about 600 hours yearly, spread across 150 to 200 days. No surprise fuel price spikes. No computer chips failing when you need them most. Just steady, reliable power that runs on oats and hay. But for Amish families, the numbers only tell part of the story. These horses aren't just farm equipment with legs. They're partners you care for, train with patience, and respect as living companions. The bond between farmer and team builds over years. It teaches patience, responsibility, and trust that goes both ways. A tractor can plow your field, sure enough, but it can't teach your 14-year-old son discipline and responsibility the way handling a team of horses can. Horses keep families out of debt. What do they give back to the earth they work? The answer goes deeper than most people realize. If you had the choice, would you rather invest in a tractor or a team of horses? For Amish families, raising and working horses isn't just farm work. It's genuine craftsmanship, passed down parent to child, the same way families share woodworking or quilting skills. Kids start learning before they even hit school age. They're out there feeding horses, brushing coats, learning responsibility under the watchful eyes of parents and grandparents. By 14, many are handling full teams in the field. But they're not doing it alone. Older family members guide every step, making sure these young folks learn patience, discipline, and respect along with farming. Training starts when horses turn 2 or 3 years old. Nothing gets rushed. Every step is deliberate, measured, built on methods that have worked for centuries. Each touch of the reins, every voice command becomes part of an unspoken conversation between farmer and horse. It's based on trust, not force. Unlike machines that just respond to buttons and switches, horses pay attention to your tone, your presence, how calm and confident you are. They know when you mean business and when you're just going through the motions. This craftsmanship spreads through the whole community. Skilled farriers shoe the horses just right. Harness makers craft leather gear that lasts for decades. Carriage builders make sure wagons and plows fit each team perfectly. Everyone supports everyone else, with horses right at the center of both work and community life. This deep tradition of care creates another benefit most folks never consider. These horses don't just shape the people who work with them, they shape the very ground they walk on. If caring for horses builds character in people, what do these animals give back to the land itself? The answer lies right under their hooves. Every hoofprint in an Amish field tells a story of renewal. While tractors burn through gallons of diesel fuel, horses run on renewable energy you can grow right on the farm. Oats, hay, and good pasture grass. Their work creates no exhaust fumes. Instead, they return nutrients to the very soil they work on. A single team produces 400 to 500 pounds of rich natural fertilizer every year. That's nitrogen-rich manure that feeds next year's crops without a single bag of store-bought chemicals. The difference goes deeper than you might think. Heavy tractor tires pack down soil so tight that water can't soak in and air can't move through. All those tiny organisms that make soil healthy get choked out. Horses work gentler. Their hooves create just light pressure, letting air and water move freely through the ground. Earthworms thrive. All the microscopic life that keeps soil fertile stays healthy and active. Fields stay productive for the next generation. The numbers paint a clear picture. A tractor pumps 8 to 12 tons of carbon dioxide into the air every year. Horses complete a natural cycle. What they eat becomes nourishment for the earth. It's as old as farming itself. This isn't just about soil science, though. It's about how the Amish see their relationship with the land. To them, horses aren't just farming tools. They're partners in a way of working that treats the ground as a living system that deserves respect. Every row they plow carries more than seeds for this year's corn or wheat. It carries seeds of continuity, making sure the soil stays healthy for children and grandchildren who will farm it someday. The impact of horses reaches beyond individual fields. They don't just heal the land, they strengthen the communities that depend on it. If you found this video fascinating, comment 1 below. If not, comment 0. In Amish country, horses connect more than just farmland. They weave families and neighbors together in ways modern farming often misses. Taking care of horses isn't something one person does alone. It's a daily rhythm that involves everyone. Families get up early together to feed and water the teams. Kids learn to brush coats and carry feed buckets. When someone needs help with shoeing, harness repair, or barn work, neighbors show up. This shared work creates a network where knowledge, labor, and genuine care get passed around freely. No one keeps farming secrets. Everyone helps everyone else succeed. The horse-drawn pace changes how life unfolds too. Moving slowly along country roads means you wave at neighbors, stop for quick conversations, and stay connected to your community in ways that speed often wears away. While machines push for efficiency and getting things done alone, horses keep life rooted in relationships. But don't mistake tradition for being stuck in the past. The Amish aren't frozen in old ways. They choose modern tools carefully, adopting only what fits their values. Corn pickers powered by small diesel engines get designed to work behind horses. Harness makers use stronger modern materials that last longer. Even buggies get quiet improvements for safety and durability. Each time they filter new technology through community principles. Does it keep families humble? Does it preserve independence? Does it honor their partnership with the land? What seemed old-fashioned is looking pretty smart these days. Outside Amish communities, more organic farmers are trying horse-drawn equipment. They want the same environmental balance and financial stability the Amish have protected for generations. This creates an interesting situation. While most of society celebrates speed and machinery, the Amish protect a slower, steadier path. With today's concerns about climate and rising costs, their way of life doesn't look backward anymore. In many ways, it looks ahead. This brings us back to the heart of the matter. Why do the Amish still choose horses in our machine age? The answer goes beyond economics or environmental concerns. It touches values that last across generations. To truly understand their choice, we need to look past the practical benefits and into what horses really mean for Amish families, and what lessons they offer all of us. What do you think lasts longer, a well-kept horse or a modern tractor? While the Amish remind us that resilience comes from preserving what endures, other farmers across America face a very different challenge. Their struggle isn't about choosing between tractors or horses, it's about defending their fields from an enemy that never rests. Wild boars are destroying millions of acres of cornfields, costing farmers billions. But the ingenious traps that capture entire herds will leave you astonished. See how in our next video.